Wherever you are, whatever the hour, welcome to the Digital Gazette. I'm Black Mercer, bringing you stories that illuminate minds, inform decisions, and inspire change. Today, we turn our attention to a crisis that is both natural and man-made, flooding in the Philippines. Every year, monsoon rains bring devastation, but behind the water lies another disaster. Billions of pesos poured into flood control projects, many of which exist only on paper or collapse long before they can serve their purpose. This is not just about swollen rivers, it is about swollen pockets. It is about money that should protect citizens instead of drowning in corruption. Let's break it down. The flood control controversy has become one of the country's most pressing national issues. In recent months, revelations have raised serious questions about the use of public funds. The Anti-Money Laundering Council, AMLC, has begun investigating suspicious financial transactions of contractors tied to questionable projects. This came after President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. admitted that out of 545 billion pesos released since 2022, roughly 20%, more than 1 peso in every 5, went to just 15 contractors. The president himself called this disturbing, a sign of systemic flaws in the procurement process. The Department of Public Works and Highways, DPWH, has already filed graft complaints against 20 engineers and 4 contractors in Bulacan, one of the provinces that received the biggest allocations for flood control. In response, Malacanang issued Executive Order No. 94, creating the Independent Commission for Infrastructure, ICI, to probe not only flood projects but a decade's worth of public works spending. Initial results have been alarming. Within just 1 week of internal investigations, the DPWH uncovered over 100 anomalous projects. The scale of irregularities has mobilized the private sector as well. More than 30 civic and business groups have demanded sweeping reforms, calling for stricter oversight, greater transparency, and accountability from top to bottom. On the surface, these actions suggest progress. But dig deeper, and troubling patterns emerge. The fact that only 15 contractors have secured billions of pesos is not efficient, it is a monopoly. Such concentration of contracts breeds favoritism, suppresses competition, and reduces accountability. Predictably, this leads to inflated costs, inferior projects, and communities left unprotected when the floods arrive. The filing of graft complaints may sound strong, but the Philippines has seen this playbook before. Investigations are launched, names are paraded before the media, and then silence. Without convictions, without real consequences, these cases risk fading into the background like so many before them. As for the newly created Independent Commission for Infrastructure, it holds promise, but only if it is given real power. Without prosecutorial authority, it risks becoming another bureaucratic smokescreen, a symbol of reform without the substance to deliver justice. Unless it names names, exposes networks, and pushes for prosecution, it will remain a gesture, not a solution. Meanwhile, ordinary Filipinos remain the true victims. Farmers see their crops washed away. Families lose homes and possessions. Businesses collapse after every heavy rain. For them, ghost projects and rigged contracts are not abstract political scandals. They are disasters, repeated year after year. path out of this cycle is not mysterious. It requires 3 urgent steps. First, transparency. Every flood control project must be published online, complete with budgets, contractors, and progress updates. If citizens can track taxes and business permits digitally, there is no excuse for keeping infrastructure spending in the shadows. Second, independent auditing. The Commission on Audit must release findings immediately, not years later. Delay protects the guilty. Real-time audits, made public, will send a clear warning. Corruption cannot hide in paperwork. Third, citizen empowerment. Local residents know when projects are fake, substandard, or unfinished. Their voices must not only be heard but protected. Platforms like
Sumbong sa Pangulo
can be expanded into legal mechanisms that allow whistleblowers to report anomalies safely. Accountability becomes stronger when citizens become watchdogs. These are not radical ideas. They are basic safeguards, common-sense solutions that ensure taxpayer money translates into real safety, not false promises. Unless these steps are taken, the Philippines will continue spending without protection, building without accountability, and promising without delivering. Floods are inevitable. Corruption is not. The waters will always rise, but whether they drown our homes or are held back by honest infrastructure depends on the choices made today. The billions already spent could have built barriers, saved lives, and protected livelihoods. Instead, much of it has been washed away in a flood of greed. The challenge now is clear. Either the country allows corruption to keep flowing, or it finally redirects the tide toward accountability. I'm Black Mercer, and this is the Digital Gazette. Illuminate, inform, inspire.